Welcome back to a fucking podcast.
The intro will forever be changing. The one I'm editing right now is welcome back to your mom's favorite podcast.
Oh,
which we ran back 3 times because my mom came in 3 separate times.
Mid episode, I'm like, all right. The collab. Welcome back to your mom's favorite podcast, everyone.
Last week, our last episode was 25, so now we're on 26. Do we have a joke for this one? We've been doing jokes for the past few. We had 22 was the Taylor Swift one. 25 was the SpongeBob joke. Do we have one for this?
You guys got any jokes for 26?
23 was Hannah Montana and her Jordan song. What's 26? What's a good one?
We gotta figure this out.
We need one. Here. Someone find one.
Google the number 26.
26 memes about the number 26. I don't know. Duke Dennis.
What's 9 plus 10? 26.
I don't know. But yeah, I had some stuff written down from. I'll let you find that while I'm looking these up. I had a handful, more than a handful of stuff. The most.
Dude.
What we get?
Slam fucking dunk, dude.
What is it?
26 by Paramore.
Oh, there you go. There we go.
There it is. That's the number joke for the episode.
Yeah, that's the number joke for the episode this week. The first thing I had pulled up was actually. Kind of a surprise. Another, like we talked about the Miranda Sings thing last week, or last episode, I should say. And now we have another creator who's been pushed off the platforms, but is now trying to come back again. We have EDP trying to make his return for like the 20th time.
I think this guy, it seems like he tries to come back every single month, dude.
Yeah. He tries to do some
and he tries to be the victim.
Yeah,
too.
That's the worst part. Is
if he's like, dude, I've been going through so much shit. It's like, okay, you tried to molest a child, buddy. like, no one's gonna give you sympathy.
Sorry, bro. There's no coming back from that. Like, you tried to. What did he say? He's like, handshake. Like, bro, no.
Don't worry, guys. He was just going to get a cupcake.
Yeah, just for the cupcake. Dude, that was one of his apologies. He even did a video where he was eating cupcakes and then did a video with.
He tried to meme
lean into it and shit.
Yeah, he tried everything. He tried the whole okay, let me make dark humor about it. Let me do all this other shit. Lean into it. It's like, dude, leaning into it is one thing, right? Like Adam 22, which we'll talk about after this.
We'll get into that as well.
Him leaning into it, okay, yeah, he's a cuck, whatever.
Yeah.
But it's not like he didn't do anything wrong. They didn't do anything inherently wrong, morally. But
yeah.
So leaning into it like that, as much as I would, you never catch me doing that shit.
Still not a good way to go.
But that's one thing. Leaning into being a child predator.
Come on, hell no.
Twice, that was loud.
Jesus.
But that's not.
Sorry, everybody with headphones.
That's not something that you really try and
lean into
piggyback off of for fame and shit. It usually doesn't work out. But
if anybody figures out a way to make that work, I'm convinced they're invincible, because that's the last thing you should be trying to find a way to get some clout off of.
I bet you Logan Paul could pull it off.
Possibly.
After he's done all the shit he's done and not gotten canceled.
Unfortunately, as bad as that sounds, it's probably true.
He could probably pull it off. He's getting married now.
Is he? Yeah. I saw that. That shit's crazy. out of nowhere too. I didn't even know he was with some girl or whatever.
Yeah.
But hey, I mean, unless he wants to follow the path of his brother and do a 3-month marriage thing and then do it all for the views like he did, go right ahead. But I mean,
Jake Paul's got a new girlfriend every 3 months that he's calling the love of his life.
Yeah. He's not with the what's the name anymore? The one that he was with more recently.
The one who's also Julia Rose.
Yeah.
No, he's not with her anymore.
Oh, I thought that's
he's got a new girlfriend who's Czech or something.
Oh,
I don't know who she is. I think she's just an Instagram model or something.
Yeah, usually how it's. I mean, it fits the same description as last, but I don't know that both of those dudes. I mean, not as much Logan as Jake, but they're all over the place, man. I mean, you get in that space where for so long you could just do whatever you want. You just kind of keep doing it. So I don't even know how you enjoy that.
His career is over, man.
No, he's done.
It's there's all the memes already.
Yeah,
and he's just
the funniest thing I think
he doesn't on top of just being a piece of shit.
Yeah.
For what he did, he's just not.
He's not entertaining. I didn't really find him funny.
He lost his spark when all that happened.
I think the biggest
not really
thing
funny anymore. He's just kind of. It's pathetic. That's what it is.
Yeah. I think the reason I even remember EDP at all is because people would make memes with using like clips of him saying random shit like that. I mean, it's all right. Like,
Yeah,
like that.
yeah.
Like they didn't even use his whole videos. Like I don't.
I
even
never
know.
like went on YouTube and like watched his videos.
No, I always saw him in memes.
I just saw the memes, which were funny at the time, but
now it's kind of like
some of the memes are still funny, but he's just like,
but him himself.
Yeah,
he could.
His career's over.
Yeah, he's done. There's no. That is such a severe and low point to try to come back from. You have no shot. First of all, you could still have a career doing something, but it's not going to be on the internet. It's just that simple.
No,
you're going to have to, figure out or realize that
he's going to have a hard time finding a job anywhere, dude.
Hey, McDonald's will hire whoever. So
I don't know.
He's already big. They'll hire him. They know he knows how to cook.
So the thing is about like companies like that is they'll hire like people who did some stupid shit like that, but when it's a celebrity where like customers are gonna recognize them, then all of a sudden
he'll have to strictly be in the
all it takes is one person to be like, holy shit, that's EDP,
FedEx.
and then it's like fucking FedEx. Put him in the truck. Put him in the truck. Put him in the back of the fucking. Put him on the loading dock, bro. IC belt. Don't even get him in the trucks. Keep him in the building.
No freedom. You're staying inside, man.
Put him up top, like the guys who do the sorting.
Oh my god.
Put him all the way up top, so even the employees don't see him.
That's rough. Nah, but yeah, we're saying like obviously he's making some horrible decisions on when he's horny or whatever the fuck mode it's in. But I mean that's not much. I mean it's severely worse than Adam-22 scenario, but still very odd that he would allow what happened to happen. I mean, you can give the rundown on that if you want to. I don't know what the whole situation.
So Adam-22, everyone kind of knows what's going on at this point.
Yeah,
To put it down briefly, his wife got blacked on camera.
Blacked is crazy. Blacked is crazy.
So his wife is like a star.
Yeah.
Who Jesus, you're gonna have to like censor the
corn
out of me this episode.
Corn. Use corn. There you
this
go.
Guy, his wife is an adult film creator.
Yeah.
And they've only done scenes with like her. She's only done scenes with like Adam and then other girls.
Yeah, with her friends or whatever.
So for the first time, she did a scene with this guy named Jason Love, which all these people are like, who the fuck are these people other than this situation? Like what?
Know.
Like I didn't know who Lena the Plug was before Adam-22 buried her.
Yeah.
Like
Adam-22, everybody knew who he was because he was always talking to rappers and shit like that. So everybody knew who he was, but I didn't know who half the other people they're talking about now even were.
Yeah, so she did this scene and obviously everyone's like, haha, Adam, your wife got fucking
slammed
fucked by an absolute anaconda. So
that's crazy.
Obviously, he's getting fucking slammed for it.
Oh yeah, 100%.
I mean, he's getting fucked as hard as she was at this point.
Oh my god, yo, that's crazy. I think the thing that I found was so fucked up was that it wasn't like it happened and then it was just over with. It's the fact that he was trying to like promote off of that. Like
Adam is
what is
leaning
wrong with
into
you?
it. And he's making so much money.
All right, the money thing I can understand, but the reasoning behind the money is so bad. Like, yeah, your wife was getting slammed by some other dude. But
and I love on the interviews how like she's talking about how like, oh, this was great for my career, like and yours too. This is helping you out with the podcast and stuff, as if he's not the reason why she's like #1 trending on the hub right now.
Yeah.
Like
it is wild.
No one knew who she was even in that industry before she was with him.
Yeah. I don't
So, and
it's crazy to have that statement come out of your mouth saying that you witnessed the internet like just absolute teardown on somebody for letting their wife get smashed by some dude.
Did you see the clip of him on No Jumper where he was like, I was actually kind of turned on by it. I'm like,
this is a thing?
Yeah.
Joe, I did see, though, I saw the other dude. What was the guy's name? The other dude?
Jason Love.
Yeah, I saw a clip of him on some interview, and he was like, they asked him, like, do you think you did a better job than Adam-22 does on a normal basis? And he goes, you saw the video, right?
Yeah. He goes. Like, he said some shit like I pulled out all the good moves or whatever.
Yeah,
he's like, I pulled out all my best
like,
moves.
Whoa! And then Adam-22 responded like a couple days ago, and he goes, I have this secret ingredient that you don't. It's called love. I was like, what?
Well, yeah, and then he tried to like he tried to start
you.
he tried to start some like fabricated beef with Jason Love.
Yeah,
Adam
for
did.
what? Like,
He's like, I'm gonna expose you. It's like, dude,
Ooh.
what dirt can you have on him after this?
Yeah,
like
and even if you
obviously it's fake. Like
Yeah.
he's not acting. He doesn't hate the guy.
no,
he's just trying to
fucking around,
putting more shit in the fire, dude.
whatever you can put some more lighter fluid in there.
Adam 22 is like the cuck final boss.
Yeah.
At this point.
Yeah.
Like we thought Sneeko was bad. Like you ever play like the Mario games, right? Like
Yeah.
Super Mario. You know how
Yeah.
like you walk around the map to like choose the level. You know how like on each world
the
there's
mini
like
bosses?
the smaller castle.
Yeah.
And you think that's gonna be like when you're obviously everyone knows now, but when you're a kid playing, you're like, oh, here we go, here's the
It's
boss
big
battle.
one. You're like, oh shit.
And then you go to the big castle, and that's the real one. You know.
Yeah, the Sneeko
The
little
small
castle.
is Sneeko, and the fucking big castle at the end is Adam 22.
Yeah, let's go.
He's like, you know, World 9 Final Castle fucking boss for if you're going through all the cucks of the internet. He's like
he's on the top of the
he's
list
the
right
top
now.
G. He's the top C.
Top C.
He's-
Yes.
We should make this a thing and start calling him the top C.
Top C. All right, yo, if we gotta put it on TikTok. If you see it, everybody on this start spamming Adam 22's comment section with top
Adam's
C.
top C and Sneeko's bottom C.
Who's mid C then? Who's middle C?
I don't know. Who else is like famously a cuck?
I don't know. All right, we'll figure that out. Leave it in the comments
Mia
below.
Khalifa's husband.
Oh no, here we go. Let's see. What did I have here? Oh yeah. Recently there's been a video going viral. A couple have actually about this same girl, who posted a video saying that she got yelled at during a. I think she already worked at the place, or she was trying to apply to work at a new place, and asked if there was accommodations for time blindness. So
Time blindness?
yeah. So I'll pull it up here.
What the is time blindness? Like where you
She-
don't know what time
like,
it is?
You lose track of time easy. So everyone's like baking her and saying like, "Yo, just set an alarm. Like set alarms. It's not that hard."
Do you have an accommodation for being a fucking idiot?
Yeah,
That's pretty much what
and
you're asking.
She tried to make a video later responding to that same thing that she had already posted, saying that, you know, people were. She was trying to make it a political thing. So she said her response to when people like started making fun of her for it, like, "Yo, just set alarms," and like literally not a single comment agreeing with her. She was like, "This just shows the political eradication of our country." I'm like, dude.
Well, you're trying to pass that off as a disability when you have the ability to tell time everywhere now.
Yeah.
If you have a phone, you look at it.
Show up on time.
Yeah.
Like set alarm. What is so hard about that?
Set the alarm, and then when you fucking get up, go to work.
Here it is. Listen to this.
Got yelled at for asking a very reasonable question. So I'm applying to go somewhere, and I just wanted to know: are there accommodations for people who struggle with time blindness?
In full tears.
In full tears.
And then the person I was with interrupted and acted like I was asking something else. And then when we were done, they actually started yelling at me and saying that accommodations for time blindness doesn't exist, and if you struggle with being on time, you'll never be able to get a job.
Exactly.
It's not wrong.
That's how it works.
Wait, it gets better.
Provided you're trying your absolute best to be there. And then they're like, your stupid generation wants to destroy the workplace.
not the lisp coming in.
And yeah, I
gets
think
even
that a
worse.
culture where workers are just cut off because they struggle with being on time, when there's other solutions that we can look to. I think that just anybody who thinks it's okay to just treat people like that, yeah, that culture needs to be dismantled. And then I asked the person, how can you feel good about yourself upholding this kind of system? And then to think I'm entitled. No, if
Upholding this kind of system. You mean a work schedule?
A schedule.
We have look. This is the follow up.
Feel being the time blindness girl and have everybody bashing you constantly on Twitter and Instagram. And all I could say is it's a testament of what the United States has become. And we hear about algorithms.
I think the
political
earrings say it all.
radicalization, and how the internet
Aliens!
is confusing. We think, oh, okay. But then when it happens to you, you see how big of a problem it is. Because when we can no longer
When I wake up late, I think that they should just let me show up late. No, I wake up and I'm like, I'm late. I don't wake up and be like, it's all right, boss will cut me some slack. There's time.
What if
blindness
you
accommodation.
walk up to your boss and just be like, I'm time blind? Like, what do you think they're gonna say? They're gonna be, get the fuck out of here.
Go home. You're getting a day suspension or something.
If I did that, if I walked up to a job site and said that, The foreman would probably fucking bash my teeth out.
Like, the thing that doesn't make any sense, though. So she was trying to say it's about political eradication and, like, people following this broken system. Dude, no company will survive. If you say, we open at 7 o'clock, but our employees get here at 10. This doesn't fucking work. You can't, like...
I mean, a company has to have shifts.
Yeah, exactly.
To keep track of their workers and when they're there and keep a normal business operation going. Like,
how do you expect that to happen if you could just show up whenever you want? So I'll show up.
There are jobs where you can work from home or do your
own schedule.
Own hours.
Uber.
Get one of those jobs. Go do that.
Like,
yeah. don't go up to a job and get pissed at them for being like, yeah, we don't want you to work here if you can't make it on time. Because what like what do you think? They're just going to be like, oh, yeah, because we want to take you, we'll just accommodate to that. Instead of taking the other 30 people that have applications and that will have no problem making it in at 8 in the morning.
Or showing up even early if they wanted to. I saw this
Yeah.
one thing about it. I was looking at like the comment sections and stuff, and I saw nobody say this surprisingly. But I was like, so, all right, if we're all planning on going on a trip and we got to get on a plane, and your stupid ass has time blindness, this plane says we're taking off at 9:05 in the morning, your ass get there at 10. You're not coming with. We're gone. We took off an hour ago.
There's a reason why we have
That's what I'm saying.
time.
Things
for,
have
like,
to get done by a certain time.
tracked. Yeah.
I don't know. I don't understand how.
Could you imagine going out somewhere with her?
You wouldn't be able to. You'd be gone.
Could you imagine trying to like plan something with someone like that?
Yeah, you wouldn't be able to, because at a certain point you just have to be like, all right, we'll all be here then. You can show up whatever you want. We'll probably be gone before you get there, because we know your ass can't keep up track of time. And then the funny thing is, all her comments, if you go to any of her videos now, they're all about the time blindness. So she posted a video of a rabbit that she owns, and you were like, the people were like, does your time blindness affect when you feed that thing? I was like, bro, leave the rabbit alone, man. He ain't doing it. So I get, like, I saw this one dude who did a reaction to it, like a stitch with it, and he said, I don't think that she's genuinely entitled or anything. I think she genuinely was just raised in a way that they never told her no, so she genuinely doesn't think she's wrong. Like, she just doesn't realize that that's wrong.
I guess that's kind of what being entitled is.
Well, yeah, but that's what I'm saying. But
being entitled comes from the way you're raised.
Yeah, very true.
So,
but I don't think she meant it in a way where it's like, like fuck your schedule.
I
think she just didn't realize
she
that.
she genuinely believes she has
a valid
a
point.
disability that should be accommodated to it at a workplace.
Yeah.
Which
is not true. Sorry, that's not how it works here.
She's getting a reality check.
Yeah,
it's got to be like her first job then, right? You'd think.
If you're surprised by that, then yeah, probably.
There couldn't have been another place that was just like, yeah, we're okay with this.
Yeah, I think unless she was doing like something that was like Uber or some shit, but
yeah,
it doesn't look like it. She seems fairly younger. It's NPC activity, which is also the huge thing on TikTok now with everybody doing the thanks for the roses.
it's another one of those things like ASMR where it's just like you're scrolling through and you see these live streams.
Dude, I don't know how or where it started, but it is everywhere now. There's skits about it. There's lives, everything.
Well, there's like I would not watch that content, but there's tons of content where it's like completely talentless. Like doing this actually takes fucking willpower, bro.
No,
they sit there for hours on end and don't break character once.
Your mental's
and
gotta
sit
be
there
crazy.
and talk like a robot.
There was a kid on Twitter. His mom thought he was like having like a mental breakdown because he wouldn't speak to her because he was doing his live and he was in the middle of it. So he's full character.
Well, he can't break character because then his whole thing's done.
And he wasn't responding to her, so she thought he was like in some sort of trance, and she was like, his mom goes, if you guys stop paying him, maybe he can stop. She like started freaking out.
And then they all start paying him more, probably.
She like called
he definitely staged that shit.
Oh, dude, I think he did, but at the same time,
that's still really funny though.
I gotta find it. It was so
that's
funny.
That's genius of that kid. If it was staged, which it probably was, that's like,
dude, it was so.
That's
funny.
like IQ.
Oh, because
IQ level.
She came back in because she told when she walked out of the room, she goes, "Go on somewhere."
Yeah, get on somewhere.
I heard what you said.
Thank you for the basketball.
I heard what you said. What is wrong with you?
Thank you for the weights.
Why are you doing this?
Thank you for the weights. Says he's doing like the lift.
I'm so upset right now. Who is in charge of this? Who is in charge of this?
Going.
Thank you for the roses. Tasty.
Okay, y'all.
Tasty is crazy. So like the NPC thing is just, it's so crazy to me that this is so again, like you said, it's talentless, like, comedy and talentless content, But the absolute mental strength you have to have is to keep going at that the whole time.
I think every day we get closer to being in Blade Runner.
Yeah. Did you see Speed did it too?
He did that?
He did that.
No.
It was so funny. I'll throw it on the screen as a filler for that clip, but that shit was so funny. Kai did it, Speed did it. Everybody, I mean, those guys are huge, so any way they can make money is going to be a shitload. But
guess what we're seeing after this podcast, baby?
Full suit. No, not the full suit, but the
Full
Barbie
pink
movie,
suit.
baby.
We're going to see the Barbie movie, and it's going to be the movie of the year, probably.
It's actually... I wouldn't say
it's supposed to be really good.
But it's supposed to be good.
Supposed to be really good.
I can't say because we ain't see it yet, but maybe we'll give you an update on Instagram or something afterward. We always post stuff on there. Yeah, Barbenheimer. We'll just sneak into the Oppenheimer movie.
Yeah.
But yeah, Oppenheimer and Barbie out this week. Those are like the two big movies that everybody's talking about right now, at least as far as I remember. Yeah, both of them, from what I've heard, have been pretty good. Oppenheimer, I've heard, is pretty like they had some pre-screenings a little while ago before it actually came out. And they were saying people were walking out of the theater because some of the stuff that isn't, they don't show any of like the really graphic stuff in the trailers.
Yeah.
So people weren't expecting it all. So like, damn, this is like they had to step out to take a breath for a little
do
bit.
they realize that it's kind of like a documentary?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like it's about some serious shit. It ain't no like, you know, light topic.
It's not like a little fun movie.
Yeah.
Like,
it's not Barbie by any means.
have you ever seen the actual speech from Oppenheimer?
No, I have not,
Now
actually.
I am become death, destroyer of worlds. Like,
I have not seen
He talks about like, it's like a short little clip of him talking about like
what will come of it.
Yeah, I think it was. I want to say it was after it happened.
Okay.
But he was like fucking mentally destroyed from all this.
Well, yeah, dude.
This is like this ultra smart guy who's probably already like super overthinking everything because he. Like, people like that, like, just are always just...
He may have just created the world...
calculating everything and, like, always thinking about some shit. And then mix that in with the fact that, like, damn, I kind of just, like...
He created a country-destroying item.
Yeah, I kind of just, like, eliminated, like, 2 full towns of people.
Bro, bro started the next Fortnite Live event.
No way. No way.
Yeah, that shit, I don't know. I think people weren't expecting it, which, if... You've never heard about, which is kind of hard by this point to not have known that bombs exist. Like, some guy had to have made it. But yeah, so like some people didn't expect it, but I mean, they very clearly made it obvious that this was what it was going to be about. So I think that's definitely something I'll end up seeing as well. But Barbie it is today, baby. Woo!
Yeah. Yep. We should have done the whole schedule thing. Wake up. Cigarette and a coffee, and then you go see Oppenheimer.
Yeah.
And then brunch, unlimited mimosas, and fucking go see Barbie.
Dude, that's fucking wild. I
lighten the mood a little bit.
Actually, speaking of brunch and mimosas, there was a group of people, another TikTok thing that blew up that I saw a number of times. There was the issue of splitting the bill, not being clear that. Most people, I mean, I could ask you guys because you guys are here. When you go out somewhere and you hear somebody say splitting the bill, what are you assuming? Are you assuming you're splitting it evenly or paying for what you got? Like on first time, when somebody says we're going to split it. I assume I'm paying for what I got most of the time. So that's what we were talking about.
Yeah.
It was like a miscommunication between people. Either way is fine. That's what I'm asking. What about you? Huh? That's what I'm saying. Like more often than not, if I go out with you or our friends and all that shit, when I hear split, I'm thinking we're paying for what we got.
I think it's just usually what we do is it's like just quick pay what you owe.
Exactly what you got. Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. These people, they went to the I don't know where everyone who watches this is located, but most people might know Maggiano's because it's a fairly popular restaurant. It's in a lot of places. They had like a $4,600 bill.
Jesus
and these
Christ.
dudes, mind you, it was 3 guys there. The boyfriend of this girl and his 3 friends came with, right? Or his 2 friends, whatever, 2 or 3 friends that he had. They only got like small shit, like like a pasta or some shit. They had lamb chops, steaks on the other side of the table, all these crazy ass dishes, and then like the ones where you get like the double, you get a take home one for it too, but you still have to pay for it, obviously. And the bill was like $4,600, and they're like, yeah, when we come together, we pay together. And the girl's like, period. And he's like, hell no, ain't no period. He's like,
okay.
I'll pay.
That's like a crazy situation.
That's what I'm saying though. I'm like, $4,600 is crazy.
Like, I'd be okay with splitting it. Like, if you're with 4 people, I'd be okay with like splitting it 4 ways if we all got a couple appetizers.
Yeah, exactly.
And our shit
Exactly.
was like, if it was like that, fine, whatever. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not like super anal
But then
about
it's understood,
like
though.
everyone's item, you know, like
Yeah.
that's how a lot of my friends like to do it. So
We always do that. I swear that happens
Yeah.
at least once every few
Well,
episodes.
because it's easy to knock it over.
Yeah.
Once empty.
We
But
always think it's full too. We always like that.
if it's like that, like okay, everyone's dinner was between like $15 and $20, and we got a couple appetizers.
Yeah,
sure, like
that's fine.
fine if that's how you want to do it. But like, if I got the fucking burger for $15,
And you got a $30 lamb
and buddy
chop.
over here got the fucking $40 steak,
I'm not paying for that shit.
I'm not fucking splitting the bill with you, dude.
No.
Just like perfect example, right? We go out, you don't drink, I
Yeah,
do.
no, yeah.
When I order fucking 6 vodka sodas, I don't split the bill with you. I usually charge it, and then you'll quick pay me for your meal.
Yeah.
And whatever soda you got. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna be like, all right, Rajan, you're paying for half my liquor tonight.
Like
Like
I'm not drunk. I didn't drink that shit. Like that's what I'm saying. I was having a debate with somebody in the comments on it, and they're like, "Yeah, you should. It should be even. You guys all went." I'm like, "Dude,
Hell no.
did I eat?" I said, I literally responded to him. I was like, "Did I eat your food?" No, I'm not paying for that shit. Like, what do you mean, $4,600, and I only spent $15? I'll throw my $15 down and walk out. What the fuck? I'm
Yeah.
not paying for that shit.
Yeah.
Like, I can understand, like, you know, even like we mentioned, like going out with our friends. I'll split the tip of whatever we pay for that, and then the tip, and evenly, you know, I don't care about
Yeah,
that.
the tip is fine because
for your
that's
food, it's
usually,
crazy.
Usually, when you're splitting a tip, it's really not that much.
No, it's a
So-
couple bucks here and there, so
Yeah.
who cares? But that shit is insane. To like $4,600. First of all, how did you rack up $4,600 of food? That's a lot of people.
I mean, that's crazy too, because like you see some of these expensive restaurants, like the bills that people get. Like, okay, even if every item's like $100, you ordered 46 things.
Why? Like sometimes, like, are you just ordering to just be
They
extra?
got the GTA 5 casino champagne.
The crazy. This is probably sounds just as fucked up as most of the other shit we've already talked about today. But the Secret Service found weed in the White House 2 times on 2 separate occasions.
Nice.
Joe Biden is chiefing up. Woo!
Joe, I mean, it makes sense.
Yeah,
It
at his
all
age.
makes sense now.
Yeah, that's why he's always tired.
He's just that's why he's so sleepy, man.
We figured it
This
out.
guy's chiefing.
Yes. Yeah, he's been.
So did they find this like? Where did they find it in the White House?
I have no idea. All I saw was it was a post.
Oval Office. Imagine.
Ironically, the post was from No Jumper, but
Nice.
yeah, it just said that they found it on 2 separate occasions. I didn't read too much into it, but to find weed in the White House alone in any matter is crazy. Because
I think they got booze in there. I feel like
yeah,
they
they
gotta
got a
have,
private
like,
fridge and
wine.
everything in there,
Yeah.
wines, booze.
I
yeah.
feel like when, like, you know, if they have like ambassadors from other countries and shit in there ever, I'm
Hookah?
sure they have like hookah, dude. They probably got a room full of like every drug. You ever see? I forget what movie it's from. You ever see the scene where from that one movie where John Cena's the drug dealer and he pulls up and he opens this box and he's like, I got PCP, I got.
Oh
Adderall,
yeah, I don't know
got-"
what it's called, but I know.
and he lists like 100 drugs. I'm sure they've got like a guy like
it's the
that in the
evidence
White
room.
House. Where they, I'm sure they've got a guy where they just go in there and like any major street drug in the United States that you want to try, they just have it there.
Yeah,
just
they
like-
gotta have something. I mean, they always say that the White House literally has everything. You don't even have to leave. So
Yeah,
I assume they got something for everybody's needs. Obviously they've got weed in there for Joe Biden.
they're just fucking shooting up in there, man. they're just
Oh, there's some white in that house.
yeah,
Man.
there's some white in the house.
It ain't what you think.
I'm sure there is. I mean,
Oh, there's got to be. There's got to be something.
that's a
going
big
on.
one among the elites.
Um,
Joe definitely doesn't take it.
He might need to speed his brain
Yeah,
up.
he could use it. He could probably use some.
Probably be the best president in the world. if he did that.
He could use a little snow in his life.
Speaking of the U.S. and things that are like kind of fucked up over here, I think it was it might have been last month that I saw this, but it was talking about inflation and everything. Obviously, we've seen that with obviously gas and everything else that we can think of, groceries and all that going up. But as of recently, as of the last time I saw this, which was a couple weeks ago, like I said, inflation was at its lowest point since March of 21. So that's a good thing.
Go.
We're fine. COVID is finally starting to wear off. The economy is slowly starting to adjust back.
We're not having a repeat of last century.
Yeah, because we
This Great Depression was
For-
right around the 30s, right? Or was it the 20s? The Roaring 20s.
Yeah, 20s.
Because the end of the 20s.
yeah. Yeah, it was. It's crazy though, because like
I don't know.
We
still got a few years to fuck it up.
Yeah,
so
we still got some time, so we can't say anything. But yeah, it was weird because like I remember during COVID, gas was like a $2 at the most, so I was driving everywhere.
yeah,
And then COVID
dude,
stopped.
they got like almost like under $1
Yeah,
at some
it
point.
was crazy.
Dude,
it
I was driving
bad.
just to drive. I'm like, this would be
Literally.
criminal for me not to drive with gas this cheap. Like,
Yeah, I can pay $2. I can get a full tank for fucking $40, less than $40. This is a
dude,
miracle.
my shit was like $20 when
That's
I
what
had
I'm
the
saying.
Veloster.
It was a miracle to get that much gas on that low. So to see it starting to adjust is a good sign. Like we said, we can't say anything yet because that could all go to shit in a few days based on what everyone in the world decides to do. But yeah,
Just gotta find oil again and start a war.
yeah, I guess that's the only
That's
way.
usually how it
Just
goes.
pointless for no reason though. Just for no reason. You know, just we can't share
Find
things with each
oil
other.
and start a war, and then say it's because terrorists.
Yeah, and then we ruin our economy all over again. But it's okay because Taylor Swift will boost it back up. Because Taylor Swift's tour is doing so many numbers, it's boosting economies in certain cities. It's just such a crazy thing to hear.
I mean, they're just the crowd that it's bringing in is
Dude, they're like
fucking
they're selling out every
insane,
show.
and they're
It's
selling
nuts.
them for what? The tickets are like what, like fucking
It's
$500
not
or
cheap.
some shit like
Yeah.
that.
How-
Huh? 1K
per ticket? Holy
for like the cheapest ones.
Oh
Holy
my god,
grits, dude!
Dude, $1K for a ticket is
It's
crazy.
like that's like a UFC ticket, but like the whole stadium, and it's
Yeah.
way bigger than a
That's
UFC event.
crazy. And dude, that's $1,000 for a ticket is nuts. So if those stadiums that she's performing in are not small, and she's packing those things out. She packed out Soldier Field all the way. It was like I think people were they had people on the ground. They had people in the fucking all the way up in the nosebleeds, and that shit was full. So I don't know, man. I can't not see that being an actual thing that she's actually boosting certain economies.
Yeah, I mean that's what they build stadiums for. That's the whole draw.
Shout out Taylor Swift, by the way.
Yeah. The whole draw of stadiums is selling events, and
Yeah.
it takes people like her to pack these stadiums, man.
Taylor Swift's got it like that.
She does. She does.
She's doing numbers. Let's actually see. I want to check really quick. Let's see how much sales.
Well, I wonder how much she personally made off that tour.
Yeah,
man.
I'm gonna check right now.
Can you imagine
Yeah, let's check right now. How much is Taylor Swift's
how much
tour?
money she's just drawing in the span of like what 2-3 months,
Yeah,
something like that?
let's see how much money it's made her. Oh shit!
Is it in the 200 millions?
No, it's way over that.
Is it in the billions?
Yeah.
No way!
Dude. It said
Dude.
with added dates, another estimate has Taylor Swift's tour taking in a total of 1.4 billion gross revenue.
Oh my god!
Holy shit!
Oh my god!
Holy shit! That's a lot of fucking money. Billions is nuts. Like, yeah, she's definitely boosting some economies. If we were pulling on
God.
billions as a solo artist, that's crazy.
I'm like going off the grid after that, man. Like
1.4 billion is nuts. Yo, that is. I didn't think it was that much. I thought like I was in the same boat as you, thinking it was like a couple $100 million.
yeah,
Billions is nuts.
I thought it was gonna be like in the 250 mil range. That's crazy though. How many? You know how many shows she did?
I'll go back and check right now. Here,
I would
let's
think
see.
probably like
30.
How
How many stops was Taylor?
usually
Swift's
around.
tour?
What's a tour around like 20
Yeah,
to
20
30?
to 20. Yeah, 20 to 30. Let's see.
Did she go like out of the country too? Yeah.
Probably. Yeah, she's known internationally, so yeah.
Jesus
Uh,
Christ! Remember
let's
when
see.
she was a country artist?
Yeah, 52 United States dates alone, and then
52,
54 in Europe.
Oh my
52 here,
God.
54 in Europe.
So
God
106 shows in a span of probably 3 or 4 months.
Yeah, because she's probably
Well,
one
not
day
3.
After,
Because
one day after
3,
another.
there's not even enough days for that.
yeah, she's
It's got to be longer.
it's
then.
got to be across a couple
4 to
months.
5.
Yeah, it's a stretch to span.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
yeah,
that's an
nuts.
insane tour though.
That's a hell of a tour. That's a lot of like that's a mental toll on people though too. People don't realize like going around like not being at home for a number of days
Performing
straight,
every other day
performing the same songs.
for thousands and thousands of people. Like-
God forbid you lose your voice.
Yeah.
And you got to go out there like
Okay. Do what every rapper does now and play your song in the background and dance around on stage.
there
And
are some
charge hundreds of dollars.
there are
for
some
it.
artists who can pull it off because they perform enough to match it, but there are some who majority just dance and you're like, dude, I could have done this at home myself.
Yeah. The problem with a lot of rappers is they're everything's so like producing is such a big part of music right now
Yeah.
that a lot of them are actually not great performers
Yeah,
and great singers. They know how to write
Hell
and they know how
yeah.
to produce. So
I saw it, like, speaking of that, because there was the Rolling Louds. They're all, all the festivals are going on during the summertime. Rolling Loud, I think it was towards the beginning of the summer, or it was last year, if I'm not mistaken.
Hilton's at Rolling Loud right now.
There was an artist who's become more popular because obviously he's not from the U.S., so it makes it a little harder, especially when you're coming from overseas. Especially if you're a UK rapper, it's a very hard thing to get into the US market and be like big like that. But Central C was like one of the only artists that didn't have a backtrack, where it was just him rapping over the beat.
Really?
Yeah, and he actually, and like everyone they you know how Rolling Loud always live streams their concerts and shit now. People in the comments were like, dude, this crowd sucks. He's actually like not using a backtrack and he sounds good as. And all
like
the crowd
using a
was just standing there
backtrack
like
is
this.
fine, but when it becomes the main thing, that's when it starts to suck.
Yeah, exactly. And he just said he refuses to do it because he wants it to be, him, performing, not the song.
Yeah, exactly.
So I respect that.
Not enough. Not enough of that now.
Yeah, it takes a lot of skill to write those songs. So why wouldn't you want to perform it, yourself? So
yeah, like I was watching I listen to a lot of Little Skies.
Yeah,
especially his old music.
If you don't know who that is, you've been living under a rock.
But I've seen some of his performances, and it's just like he says like a few words per song.
Yeah.
I don't know if everyone's like that, but the few I've seen, I'm like, man, like,
yeah.
Because when I used to listen to him a lot in high school, I'm like, oh, I kind of want to see him. And then I saw the videos, I'm like,
never mind.
It doesn't look that good
I'll
to
stay
see
home.
him live.
Yeah.
He looks like he's just like, and when he is, and the backtrack's so loud that when he is singing, he's just yelling.
Yeah.
He's just yelling the lyrics.
Yeah, that's why
He's good. He's got good energy, but he just
Yeah.
doesn't like. If you're not singing the song, it's like watching you dance to your own song. Dude.
Right. I could do that at home
Like-
for free. Like,
Yeah,
I don't have to pay $300 to see you do it. What I was gonna say, I saw clips of obviously Playboy Cardi's been headlining a shitload of festivals over the last few years. Dude, every time he performs, I like his music, but every time he performs, it's just him screaming. Like, there's not even actual words in the song,
It's just a
literally
mosh pit.
screaming.
I think the crowds carry his
Yeah.
performances.
People
a
are
lot
like,
of
he's the
time.
best live performer. I'm like, dude, he doesn't even perform. He just screams and then dances around.
Yeah, it's just the crowds. The crowds go fucking insane.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
Cardi fans are like,
Those guys are crackheads.
yeah, he has like one of the biggest cult followings of
Yeah,
music.
it is crazy. Those guys, the people who follow him like that, like really heavy, they really are about that shit.
Yeah,
So, I don't know. It's like a, I don't know. Like you said, it's like a cult. It's a cult following of people where they're really on it. So I respect the people who are on it like that, but I don't know. I can't put myself to just listen to some dude for like 10 minutes. I'm like, yeah, like nah, bro, sing. Like, dude, let me hear you sing the songs.
He's like a gremlin.
Yeah. He's doing the gremlin screech. Like, bro, you did all the work to make these songs, to write them out, to do all this shit. Perform that shit. That's what we're here for. We're here to, see it.
Backtrack and screaming is
I mean, I don't know. I don't understand. But, I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, putting all that effort into writing a song, neither of us, like, genuinely go out of our way to make music. But I know everybody and their moms has tried to just sit there and listen to a beat and think of shit to go over a song. It's not easy regardless of who you are. Some people got it like that where they could just boom and, all right, cool. That's like a 0.1% of people. But
yeah.
for the most part, when you sit there and write shit out, it has to work. Any form of writing is work. So I think when people do that shit, it's kind of like selling yourself short.
They're discrediting their own.
Exactly.
Their own
That's
work.
what I'm saying. It's like what the you did all that work to get us here. Fucking show it
Smack the mic.
up. But yeah, speaking of writing, actors have joined the writers in Hollywood for strike. So all movies, including the Deadpool movie that was supposed to be coming up at the end of or at the beginning of next year, I think it was supposed. They were trying to get it out by, is not happening.
Everything's getting delayed.
There was a premiere for a movie, Oppenheimer, actually. Perfect way to relate this. Oppenheimer's premiere. They had a premiere screening for Oppenheimer, and the Actors Guild announced that they're joining the strike as the premiere was going on. So Robert Downey Jr., I don't know what's the other guy's name? The guy.
Cillian Murphy.
Yeah, they walked out. They left all the cast that were at the premiere. They left. They went home.
Wow.
And so the guy who directed it, obviously he's the director. He has to be there. He walks out. He's like,
Christopher Nolan.
Yeah. He's like, he walks out and he's like, unfortunately, he's like, I have nothing against them for doing it. I respect their decision to do so, and we're all supporting, the writers and actors who are a part of this. He's like, they had to leave because the SAG, actors decided to join the strike, so they went home. So unfortunately, they won't be here to speak to you guys. And no one was mad about it because they understood why.
Well, we actually, I had a seminar at my union the other day.
Yeah.
And they talked briefly about union support. What age group has like the highest union support right now?
Yeah.
And we all guessed like, boomers and like that those older people for being supportive of unions.
Just for union stuff.
Yeah, just
Okay.
just union support in general, because
Yeah.
a lot of younger people just don't know enough about it.
Yeah.
Highest union support, Gen Z, our generation, out of all of them.
Really?
Yeah, and
Interesting.
and they're saying they're saying a lot of it's because everyone's seeing this stuff about the actors strike or the writers strike,
Yeah.
and they're learning more about
Unions and shit like that.
unionizing and
Yeah.
what it really means to unionize and what it means to go on strike,
yeah,
because
yeah.
everyone knows what a strike is in generally,
Yeah.
but now like it's being shoved into everyone's face on their phones on
Yeah.
pop culture, which
Everybody's learning
is a
about it.
good thing for sure. I mean,
This is one of those ways where pushing stuff out there like that is actually really helpful.
yeah.
Yeah.
So their union support's really high right now. I mean, that's a big part of it, because you know, all these people's favorite celebrities, actors and actresses and writers are
Striking
they're striking, and it's on the front page news like
everywhere.
every day.
Everywhere, yeah.
Every day, and it's on social media everywhere. You know, all these actors, the actors supporting it has made it huge.
Yeah, because those guys, they don't have jobs without these guys, so they work
Exactly.
hand in hand. They're like
Exactly.
this. I mean, the actors have their own union as well, so if shit goes wrong with them, they can equally do the same thing. But
I'm sure they're supporting the actors
Oh,
union
yeah.
is supporting the writers guild
yeah,
too.
I think they go hand in hand, because obviously, like I just said, they if there's no writers, there's no media, there's no content for them to act. And I mean, obviously, yeah, the actors do a lot of the more front page stuff, but the writers are the ones who are the reason that they have a job.
I
so.
think people I think writers are getting more credit nowadays, because a lot of movies are so CGI oriented and about looking good,
Yeah.
that when a movie comes out that has good writing now,
Yeah, it's
it's like a
holy
big
fuck, oh
deal.
my God.
It's a really big deal, where like there was a time where every movie writing was first and foremost.
Yeah,
There
because
were no
wasn't as
special
many-
effects. Everything was practical.
Yeah.
It's like you have to write a good movie to draw the eye.
Yeah.
And now everyone to draw attention, you need to put together a good trailer, have a bunch of special effects,
Yeah.
and put a well-known character in there.
Mhm.
And I think that's where movies are going wrong. And I think people are seeing like, oh, this movie was really good. Who directed this? Who
Yeah.
wrote this?
I
And
also think the streaming services
kinda-
kind of piled on.
yeah, I
to that,
mean, because they're oversaturating it. You don't
Yeah.
have to. You don't have to go to the theater anymore. Like, just wait a couple months and it's on every streaming platform, which is
yeah.
convenient.
either that or they just push out so much content.
It's convenient, but it allows you to watch 4 movies at once and then
Yeah.
be like, oh, all of these were mid.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
Yeah, I think that, like I said, streaming services taken out of the experience of going to the movies or going to like wherever, like a drive-in, whatever, maybe just regular theater, because that might even be a reason why some people are getting lazy with the writing, because they know not as many people are showing up. Which, yeah, it sucks for being someone who put their however long it takes to write a movie out and all the edits they have to make, all the rewrites they have to do. Yeah, that's a lot of work. So it kind of sucks to then think, oh damn, too bad no one's showing up to the theater anyway. Like,
yeah, I mean, there's like crazy box office bombs. Like,
dude, there's
it
been
seems
some
like,
bad ones.
and then there's some that are like, this movie exploded, but it sucks.
Yeah,
like,
it's just getting a lot of love because people are thinking it's funny because it's shit or whatever. But
Yeah.
I think that's like what is it? What's the most recent one? The Flash movie, dude. It got pulled from like over 15,000 theaters in like the first 2 weeks. That shit was it was absolute dumpster fire.
A DC Comics movie too.
I don't understand. That's the one thing I never understood about them. They body TV shows. Absolutely do great with TV shows. Movies, shit the bed.
Except for the Batman.
This is true.
That was.
But then again, they also did
but
get
that's
a
like
different team for that.
DC's like only really good movie, like other than The Dark Knight.
Yeah,
Like, I never saw like Suicide Squad.
that was good. I saw
guess
it twice. I saw it twice with her. That
I
show was
guess
good.
Joker you could consider it DC.
Yeah, but that was
I
written.
mean,
That's what I'm saying. I think that's why the universe that they're doing with the Batman and Joker are so different, because they're writing them, like for the writing. It's not like
I think
worrying
Joker
about-
2 being a musical is a mistake. Though.
Is it being? Is that really what's happening?
Joker 2 is going to be a musical.
It's not going to be a movie. It's going to be.
It's going to be a musical. It'll be
Why?
like filmed and it'll be at theaters,
So
but
it's
the
gonna
whole
be
thing.
singing and shit.
Yeah.
So a Disney movie.
You know who Harley Quinn is in the movie?
Yeah, yeah. Well, who are they making?
Lady Gaga.
Oh yeah, that's beat. Nope.
It's
Nope.
it's a full-on musical.
Joker busting out disco moves is crazy.
And the first movie is so good that like, why would you want to make such a drastic?
And
change?
then I already know they're gonna try to tie that into the Batman, because they're kind of in that same.
I don't. No, they're not.
Universe.
Gonna.
Are they not?
They're not gonna.
Okay.
Because there was always already the Joker at the end of the Batman.
Oh yeah,
movie.
yeah. Facts. I forgot about
There's
that. I kinda
already
forgot
the
about that.
deleted
Yeah.
scene.
Well, actually,
the-
yeah,
he
then
is
they
in the
released
movie.
it, yeah,
but
then they released the deleted scene that you're
yeah.
talking about. Yeah, and he looks good in that one, dude. I'm not
Yeah.
gonna lie, he looks badass.
I was saying though, I don't want him to be the main villain again.
No, I don't think he will.
Did you see the deleted scene? What
Yeah.
it was? So it's like he goes
the
into
files
the.
and shit?
He's going to get information from him.
Mhm.
If he's like a reoccurring character where he goes in there and gets information from him,
Cool.
like
I
that
think
would be cool. Like,
There's the thing you
Joker's
missed though.
kind of like
Did you? There was a
giving
detail in
him,
there, that
helping him
everybody
out.
missed. There was a detail in there that a lot of people missed.
In the deleted scene,
Yeah,
Which
when
one?
he hands him that file, there's a fat ass paperclip on the top of that shit. As he hands him it, as he pulls the file off, he slides it off, puts it under his hand like this, and grabs the rest of the file. So he's probably gonna use it to get out of there.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
unfortunately, your theory might get a little unless they decide not to go on that.
I don't want them to make him the main,
Yeah.
the centerpiece of the.
I almost
because
I feel like
there's so many they haven't done yet.
they left the Penguin. You know, like how he's like doing the narration at the end, right? And they had Penguin looking over the city at the end. I feel like that was the perfect way to make him the main villain for that.
Yeah.
Because they had that as a huge thing. They had who else was still? They didn't really. They kind of sent off Catwoman. Obviously, Batman is Batman, and then they had Riddler in jail.
They're
so
probably gonna do a trilogy, and Catwoman will probably return in the third movie.
I would hope.
I wouldn't
because they did a good job with that. though.
I could see them bringing her back in the second one though, because of the fan reception to
Yeah,
her was so
yeah.
good that they might have been setting it up for her to leave.
Yeah, and they're like, never mind. She
yeah.
decided to come back.
Yeah,
She said, screw that.
but she might come back like the end of the next movie.
Yeah, they that would be cool.
But I think I could see her coming back in like the third movie or something.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's really all I got. I don't. There's nothing really else I had.
Yeah.
We got a lot of good stuff in. Again, as we always say, thank you guys for listening, watching, wherever you're, taking this in from. If you're new, thanks for being here. If you're returning, thank you for being back. Definitely go ahead and check out all the pages that we have: TikTok, Instagram. This one, obviously, you're already here. If you're, like I said, if you're new, subscribe. If you're returning, thank you for being back. Share this. Bring other people here. Get other people involved. Get them to join the fam.
If you made it this far, comment balls.
All right, cool. Go ahead. Or no, just put a tennis ball emoji in there. Even better. All right. Anyway,
Yeah, there you go.
Anyway, we'll see you guys in the next episode. Peace. We be talking and shit.